Hi there. Welcome to day 3 of the 12 Days of Christmas Practice Challenge. Today's challenge is to divide your piece of music into practice sections, and then play each section twice in a row. If you practice by playing from the beginning of your piece all the way through to the end and then repeat, it's a huge waste of time. It's a very messy way to practice. It's really not practice. That's called playing. You are playing through your piece over and over. Practice happens when we intentionally problem solve, repeat little problem spots, pick things apart, think about what's going to make it better, try again, etc. in small chunks that we can actually process. So, today for our third day of practice, I'm actually going to be looking at the Dvorak American String Quartet. My colleagues have asked me to play this with them for the college faculty recital, and that's going to be in February, but I should really get started sooner rather than later. And they like to practice over Christmas break. Music teachers don't seem to know what breaks are for. They think of a break as time to get more practice in. So we will see if I can fit that in my schedule, because I am going out of town over Christmas break, but that'll work itself out. So today I'm going to look with you for the first time at the first page of the first movement of the Dvorak American String Quartet. So I haven't really looked at this. I played this years and years ago at a summer music festival. So it's been years, and honestly, it's kind of like looking at brand new music. So I'm just going to take a second here and divide this into sections, and then I'll show you what those sections look like. All right, so I have divided my music into sections. It can be, sometimes it's really obvious what your sections are, other times it's kind of challenging. Truly, it doesn't really matter, but in general, you can kind of see like sentences or paragraph type chunks of your music. So it was fairly obvious on this one, but I had to figure out what the first one was, and so you can see my section 1. Sorry, the camera doesn't focus that great on this. And then 8 measures later, the style really changes. I'm just going to bring my finger out of there so it doesn't keep, oh, it's still going to do that. Okay, so anyways, the second section is 8 measures later. You can see that the style does indeed change right there. And then 8 measures later, it just works out. That's definitely a different style right there. And so there were 5 sections on this page, and they were all 8 measures each. And you'll find that once you start to kind of see where your patterns, sentences, whatever you want to call them, phrases, I guess would be the musical term, you'll start to see that they're, maybe 8 measures, maybe 12 measures. If it's a simpler piece, maybe they're 4 measures. Those are your sections. So I'm only going to play probably the first couple of sections for you with our practice tip, just for the sake of time. But let's go practice these sections twice each. And remember, I haven't played this piece in years, so it's kind of like looking at it fresh. So let's go practice. Okay, that goes on for measures and measures, so I'm just going to be like, yeah, I get that. All right, measure 6. Okay, so I can tell you right now, I only need to practice 6, 7, and 8, so that's what I'm going to do. Little better. Honestly, if I was practicing, I would do this like 5 times each. But we're going to follow what I had said for the tip. We're going to move to the next section, and we're going to play it twice. I don't think I intended this to be the first time you looked at a piece, more of a how to practice a piece that you kind of already know, but that's okay. Number 2. figure that out a little better on the second try. Okay, like I said, I do that like 5 times, but you can already hear that I improved it just by doing it twice. And I'm doing small chunks. I'm still, like, that was sight reading and then trying to make it a tiny bit better. So I'm looking at fingerings, I'm looking at bowings, I'm playing with those, and that's part of the reason I would do it so many more times. So it really depends on the complexity of your piece, but and also I would play smaller sections. You saw I took section 1 and I shortened it from being that 8 measure section, and I was like, I don't need to practice the tremolo, I see what's happening there, I'm just going to practice these 3 measures that I actually need to figure out. So that's how you practice more efficiently. It's not effective or a timely way to practice if you run the entire song. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you can apply it to your pieces and that it helps you out a little bit. We'll see you for day 4.